It's so hard to always do the right thing, but it's a constant thing in our heads, like, what can we do today to help somebody else?
I really believe in coaching and supporting other women and giving them a platform to feel like they can go off and do the same for others.
I really want to operate on a systems level. Economic justice and racial equity is so important to me.
And I leaned into the adversity that cancer brought into my life.
Why am I hiding who I am? Just be me and let everyone else catch up.
I studied photography at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. I was a typical college student and kind of fell into that very I'm not good enough, dabbled in eating disorders of all kinds, and I built my portfolio on self-portraits. So I had this really incredible experience later where I looked back and realized it was the first time I was falling in love with myself, and I felt like using self-portraits as this form of art therapy was something that I could bring to West Michigan and help support other women in their journey to self-acceptance and self-love.
Acme Foundation is West Michigan's first Black-founded and Black-led community foundation. Our mission is to center economic justice and racial equity in philanthropy. The Black community deserves to operate autonomously in this space. We need to have our own leadership, our own funds, and people of color leading it. So when we go into our communities, we combat the narrative that we're only receivers. We're actually distributors and money movers as well.
I work in banking. I'm young-ish. I'm Latina. I have a personality that's like, I like to have fun and I like to laugh at work, and I try to remind myself that every day that I don't need to fit into a traditional banker mold, because there isn't. We need to break the mold. Like, why is there a mold in the first place? I think it's really important that in financial services, we represent the communities that we're serving. And so to do that, we need to be representative of the industry itself.
I've watched a lot of my colleagues leave West Michigan because they didn't feel welcome and they were tired of fighting all of the systemic and institutional barriers. I want to create a space for us to be able to overcome that and really create place and presence for ourselves here where we can economically thrive.
In our own workforce, we have quite a few employees who identify as LGBTQIA. It's so important to me that whoever you are, you get to be that person. I want to be that safe space when someone walks into our stores and they look around and they're like, oh, this is me. This is a place where I can be myself unapologetically.
There was so much unknown, being told you have cancer and then being told you have 3 years of chemotherapy, and all those plans that you had for your life just kind of stopped. One day, my social worker came to me and said, you do qualify to have a Make-A-Wish experience. And it was a game changer. But I felt like I went through all of this for a reason, and I needed to find a way to give back to the community that surrounded me with so much love and care that's why I went in to do work with Make-A-Wish and with philanthropy. I feel like there's a reason that I'm still here, because this illness could have ended my life at a young age, and it didn't. And so I feel like I'm trying to make the best of it in the most positive direction, and a big part of that is inspiring other women.
I feel like it's important to empower women because there's not enough spaces out there where we can exist unapologetically without being told that we're doing something wrong.
I love to make good trouble. I think there's a lot of policies in place, things that are in the books that just haven't been looked at for a long time. And so I like to make good trouble and try to find a better solution that will, in the end, benefit everyone.
So many people talk this big game, and then when it comes to making a statement in their business, they're like, oh, I don't want to upset anyone. I want to upset people because that elicits change.
For other women, I think that you have to bet on yourself. You have to take that leap of faith. You don't have to know everything. So you have to bet on yourself that, okay, there are pieces I don't know yet, but I'm going to figure it out along the way. And I'm going to capitalize on my resources and my network and make my vision a reality. I care about this foundation because I want the little girl that I used to be able to see someone who looks like her in this space. I want to change that narrative. I want the little girl to see I can be president of Acme Foundation.